What do you love about real estate?
The autonomy to be able to run your day however you'd like. And just, I was never good with authority. Had a lot of spats back and forth with previous bosses. And just the fact that I could wake up, do what I want, when I want. I can work 90 hours a week. I can work 20 hours a week if I want. And just to have that freedom, I think is the best part of it. Plus, it's just talking to people. You just talk to people every single day, which is, I love humans.
So Greg is really excited for this podcast because normally we talk about real estate shit, and Greg's like, if I have to hear one more real estate agent talk about Zillow, I'm gonna fucking blow my brains out.
I saw Emily's, and you guys didn't even talk real estate.
Oh no, that's my new angle. You know what it is? And I credit this year's top 20 and the 40 for completely changing my perspective on the podcast, right? So top 20 and the 40 came in, and you guys are like, as a collective crew, are just like a bunch of hilarious mad people, which I love. So like Emily walks in here to christen the top 20 and the 40. It just goes left, right, and sideways.
She's got a person. She's got a great person. I met her for the first time last night. I
hilarious.
Myself, told her I watched it, said she was a rock star.
Fucking hilarious. So we spent like 50 minutes just talking about nonsense and talked about real estate for 3 minutes. I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do.
I asked about Cindy, by the way. I want to go see her. Cindy was the name of her, the mental person.
Oh, her psychic.
Psychic, yes.
Yes.
I want to go.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
So before we get into this, obviously I'm a handsome home buyer. If you have a house, I want to buy it. 516-777 sold. Right? If you need permits, we got the captain upstairs, 516-513-8838. And if you need a mortgage, you got to call
Sal Rizzolo.
Cardinal Financial. He's awesome.
Only guy out there. He's
Fucking
a rock
guy's
star.
awesome.
He truly is too. We don't just say it. The man is an absolute rock star and he gets stuff done.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Absolutely. It's A, the loan is going to close. B, there's not going to be any drama. Or when I say no drama, as little drama as it can be in real estate, right?
Yes.
You're going to get this thing closed in less than 25 days. And if you need someone to take you to Colombia to have a good time.
I haven't been to his Colombia trips, but I've been told it's a great time.
He's a one-stop shop.
Yes.
He's a one-stop shop.
Yes.
So back to Greg, right? So Greg's really excited because obviously Greg is an artist in every
he looks
measure.
Like an artist.
He is.
The stash, the green,
He's got the hair, right?
Hair a little bit, yeah.
The clothes, it just all works. And he does everything from obviously creating everything you see on our content to coming up with a lot of just the concept ideas and scripts and things. And then he actually creates art in his basement.
Get out of here.
Right?
What kind of art?
Everything. Music videos.
Yeah, I do all kinds of stuff. Really? Sculpture, painting.
There you go.
So left brain. What is left brain? Left brain is creative or right brain is creative?
You're asking the wrong guy.
What do you mean? Left brain?
Are you left-brained or right-brained?
I don't want to talk about it.
So usually we talk about real estate, and Greg's like, I've heard enough about real estate. I'm like, yo, we got a guy coming on who makes movies.
We were talking Tarantino before.
This is right up your alley, man. This is it.
We share the same favorite Tarantino film.
As a gauge, right? No pressure on you, but as a gauge for if this is an interesting podcast, and we're kind of letting the cat out of the bag here with everybody that's either been on or is coming on. If Greg is alert the way he is right now, you know there's interest. If you see Greg just start to fall asleep, drool on his arm, or just play on his phone, you know that he is mentally checked out.
Got it.
No pressure.
Got it.
All right. So before we go into Greg, I have to steal a little bit from me. Not about like real estate shit, because we're not on real estate. Because who the hell gives a shit about real estate? Before we were talking, and you said to me something that was very interesting, powerful. I can relate to it. I think every man and woman can relate to it, which is you feel that you may have an unrealistic expectation
into love.
Of love.
Right into love. Yes.
Bro.
I feel like I do.
That's a powerful statement.
It is.
I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, what is that? What does that mean to you? Because I think everyone's in that situation and they question things, life, whatever. What's it supposed to be? Because we grow up with these goddamn fairy tales, Cinderella, everything's fucking amazing, right?
Rom-com central,
right? You just made one. Did everything end perfectly in that rom-com?
No. Oh, you have to see it, but it didn't end perfectly.
All right, we'll get into that in a minute. But so what does that mean for you?
Well, exactly you just said. I think that in life, we are constantly seeing these happily ever after endings or relationships, whether it be on social media, in movies, and sitcoms, and TV. And it's kind of not brainwashing, or just kind of making us think that there are these perfect partners out there in the world. And
you don't think there's a perfect partner out there for you?
You believe in soulmates?
Fuck.
You believe that there's one person out of 8.5 billion people in this world that is meant for you.
No, you are gonna get me in all kinds of fucking trouble right now, bro.
One person?
Streaming fucking live right now.
There's no soulmates.
Soulmate.
You think you could fall in love with one? There's only one woman out there that's destined for you.
You know what? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, yeah, I don't. I don't know. Because, you know what it is? It's not the movies. Fuck the movies, right? But there are people. Now, listen, I am of the opinion, and maybe I'm being negative here, but I am of the opinion that most people are unhappily married or in unhappy long-term relationships. Now, people are like, Charles, you're a dick, right? You just are focusing in on the negative people. I don't think so. I think most people that are freaking married are either like, I hate my husband or I hate my wife, or don't get me wrong, I don't hate my husband or wife, but if I could do it all over again, fuck that. I wouldn't
hear
be
that. They'll tell you that too.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for standing up for me.
Absolutely.
Because everybody looks at me like I'm a negative a-hole, right? So, but there are these seldom cases where you'll meet these people who are so madly in love at like 87 years old. And they're like, we do everything together. I don't want to do anything without this person. Like, and it's beautiful.
Incredible.
And they're like, he's like, from the moment I met her, she's like, from the moment I met him, I knew, or whatever. You know, we dated, I wasn't sure, but like there comes a point in their relationship, whether it be a year or 2 years or 6 months or 2 weeks or whatever it is, where like, that's it. And they are utterly sure.
There's like lightning bolt and you just know.
And nobody else exists in the world. But so like, I think that could be it.
I think that I'm a very analytical human being.
Well, you're a man. We all are by design.
And so I feel that, and this is the name of the rom-com, Statistical Probabilities. That's my viewpoint on love. My viewpoint is if you put myself in a room full of 1,000 women, I'm going to find that there are 10,000 women, that there are hundreds of them, that I have similar values as you, similar goals as them. I'm attracted to them. We like the same things, and that I can probably, if I went out enough dates with them, I could probably fall in love and have a wonderful life or relationship with.
But that's
dozens of them.
But that's different. That's not the same. That kind of brings me to my point of my system for internet dating back in the day. I digress. But I was going to say, like, there's a lot of people that you could love, appreciate, and get along with. When you're talking about a soulmate, it's very different. Right? And then who's to say that person does or doesn't exist? But then I think a lot of people end up being comfortable and stuck in relationships and waste a lot of time, and they don't get to meet that person. That's a possibility.
They don't get to meet that person. That's why I love just kind of where we are with the apps and internet dating, because it gives you an opportunity to potentially meet that guy or girl out there. Whereas maybe 20 years ago, the only way you're meeting somebody is if you're going out to bars or somebody sets you up with somebody. Now, I can be at the comfort of my own home. I can be swiping. I can match with a girl out in Ronkonkoma. We start chatting. We actually then go on a date. And this was 25 years ago. I might have never met her before.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a huge downside to that. Because with so many options comes...
Yes.
People that are just never satisfied.
Correct. And that's a whole nother portion of it too.
Right.
I think that happens too with like relationships. You could be happily married, right? For 5, 6, 7 years, and maybe things get stale, and then you're putting something on Instagram, and then some old fling shoots you just a message and saying, hey, and next thing you know, it starts off innocently, and then you guys are chatting. And then
next thing you're in the Comac motoring on a Tuesday morning at 8:30 a.m.
And it just gives you those additional opportunities where it can happen.
Right.
Unfortunate. Did this happen?
No. I'm sure it happened to somebody, not me. I've never been to the Comac Motor Inn. I swear. Do you believe in soulmates, Greg? No? You don't believe that there's possibly one woman out there for you who appreciates a good head of hair, your resistance to toxic glues?
Yeah, maybe. That'd be cool. No, I don't know.
No?
Sort of end up with.
I don't know.
It doesn't have to be a sad thing that you're just with.
You guys are You guys are depressing me here.
A little bit depressing, yeah.
Oh, you agree with me? No, I was saying that I think there is a soulmate thing out there. But no, I don't agree with you. I agree with Zappalla.
Think about how big this world is. Like there is there's a lot of attractive women out there who, you could potentially meet who are as entrepreneurial as you if you want that, or have similar goals, interests, values, things of that nature. Whereas if you just met them and had that opportunity, you could potentially fall in love with them.
Relationships are very complicated, right? Because I don't even think relationships in themselves are very complicated. I think people are complicated. And in order to have a great relationship with somebody, you need to really understand yourself. And I think most people don't understand themselves well enough to know what they need. And then when you combine that with comfort, it's a recipe for not super happy, for the Comac motor in at 8:30 on a Tuesday.
I just had actually somebody who's potentially in my life right now bought me the book, The 5 Love Languages. Did you ever read that book? It's like the famous love book. Where
I want to go back. What does somebody that's potentially in my life mean? What does that even mean? Right? That's not like
somebody that I'm potentially seeing in my life right now.
Oh, okay.
Had just bought that book.
Okay.
And it's all about
someone that you're
finding your
someone that you may be sort of dating.
Sort of dating.
Okay, there we go. That makes sense. Because all right, there you go.
But it's basically all about finding yourself before.
I know about it. Wait, so there's the 5 love languages, which
I didn't read the book yet, but it's like
I never read the book, but I watched the video because it originally like popped off with the guy who wrote it on that show with that dude with the mustache who says you only need 5 suits.
Who's that?
The comedian guy who was also like the game show host.
What's his
yes,
yeah.
There we go.
Big suits too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's acts of service,
touch.
So it's physical touch, gifts, quality time, acts of service. What's the 5th one?
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Yes.
So everybody has so for me, it's words of affirmation and physical touch. What are you?
I would say similar. Touch is definitely up there. I need to hear it. Words of affirmation. Acts of service, and I'm not a big gift person.
Yeah, no. You're Italian, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you are too. Your mother's Sicilian?
100%, bro.
So it's the Trinacria. I didn't know that.
She was doing my laundry until 2 years ago.
So
your mother probably still does your laundry.
I lived at home until 25. Yeah. I still talk to my mom every other day.
I mean, I was bringing my laundry home to my mother until 3 years ago.
I didn't know that you were Sicilian. Do you know what part?
No.
No?
I don't.
So you're a
Wait, your mother still doesn't do your laundry at 33?
You're an Italian.
Your mother does your laundry, doesn't she?
No, she doesn't. I do my own laundry now.
You sure?
But she did up until I moved out of my house. At 25 years old,
okay.
I moved out of Levittown. That's
well, you moved out early. That's young, 25.
Yeah, 25. I bought a single family home with 3 kitchens.
Wow.
Well, 2 kitchens first upstairs, and then I renovated the basement. Josh actually lived with me for a little bit.
That's cool.
And so that was my first foray into real estate.
Do you still own the house?
Yes, still there. I'm in Babylon Village, 10 minutes away.
Oh, that's where the house is?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 2015 is when I.
All right, don't say the address because 3 illegal kitchens is not going to do well with the building department. Right. And apparently the building department watches this stuff. True story. So, wait, where was I going with this? Oh, love languages. So you're Italian. Did your mother are you like a mama's boy?
Yes. Yeah, very close to my mother. And she enabled me throughout life.
Yep.
Yeah,
my mother.
One of my ex that I dated for 4 years, I used to I peed on the seat all the time. And so when we lived in together, going to the bathroom, you're supposed to lift the seat up to pee.
Oh, okay.
Right? So you don't get it on the seat. So for 25 years living at home, I never lift the seat and I just peed and my pee would get in the seat. And then, so when I moved in with my ex, she's like, are you kidding me? Your mother never yelled at you to clean off that? And
wow.
And I was like, my mother enabled me for 25 years. She did my laundry.
Wow. Oh yeah. You were like a hardcore mama's boy. You're
bad.
Still going over there and she's giving you food. She's definitely giving you food.
She did, of course.
You know what I do, which everybody thinks is weird, and I think it's a Jewish thing because all my friends that are Jewish do this.
Italians and Jews are very, very similar.
Yeah, all right, it's interesting that you say that because Jews always say that, but Italians never do.
Really?
When was the last time you heard an Italian say, yeah, Jews and Italians are similar? The Jews are always like, yeah, we're like Italians. So. The Italians are like, I'm not claiming you fucking people.
We're very close to
you know how to make money, but that's it.
Very close to our mothers.
That's it.
Make money. I feel like, they're very similar.
So I solved that problem and people look at me like I'm weird. Apparently this is a thing. I do a lot of things that I didn't realize are weird, but apparently they are weird. I sit down to pee, not in a public restroom, but I'm a sit peer. Greg, you sit to pee or you stand?
Now, are you actually taking time to go on your phone? Is this your time to decompress with your mind? Or you literally just sitting, peeing, finishing it,
all right, so
and then walking out of the room?
You know me well enough to know that I don't decompress and that my mind is fucking all over the goddamn place. Yeah, but you sit down and then
taking out your phone and then sitting down to pee for 5 minutes and checking emails.
No, I mean, I'm doing an actual stream, but I feel like it's more comfortable.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like, why are you gonna stand to pee? Right? You have to make sure that like, you're paying attention and you don't hit like a tag that flips out of your pants or something, right? It goes everywhere. There's a splatter
Question about
effect.
peeing. If you're not sitting down, do you put it through here or do you actually unbuckle and pull it out?
It depends. I would say 80% of the time I unbuckle and pull it out. I crane it out and I do it.
The 9 inches. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll pull it through. But when you pull through, it's like uncomfortable. Because
I've never
it's like
pulled through.
it's hard, and then it might get not your dick necessarily, but it's hard to do it, and then it might get caught on the zipper tooth, and that's not fun.
There's
Get the
something
beans
about
above the
Mary
franks.
action. You got the franks, franks above the beans.
Right. So I usually I crane it out,
Yeah, got it. Understood.
do it, and then crane it back in. But typically I drop the drawers and I sit down and I have a moment of relaxation and I pee. Wow. So A, I get to relax. B, it doesn't splash all over the place. And C, I don't have that fight with my girlfriend about pissing on the seat.
Well, no, now I clean the seat. Now that always.
Wait, why
nip in
don't
the
you
butt
why don't you lift the seat up?
I just never
Bro, it's so much
I
harder.
know it is. But
It's
I
less.
just never,
It's more surface area. It's a smaller
Correct.
opening.
Yes, but just never got it.
Really?
I know. Now I do it. Now I stand up. I never sit down and pee.
Never
Unless
sit
I'm
down.
pooping and then 1 and 2 comes out.
Do me a favor. Try it out.
Do you use bidets?
No, I
Do
don't
you
have a bidet.
at your home?
My buddy has the Toto toilet. Do you know about the Toto toilet?
No, but I
Bro.
imagine it's some sort of bidet.
All right. So
shoots it up.
my buddy
splashes.
Sal has every toilet in his house.
Sal?
Is it? No.
No. Okay.
Sal, 3D printer Sal,
Okay.
has 3 Totos now in his house. Every bathroom has a Toto.
Wow.
These fucking things are like 15 grand or something, 20 grand, like something
Or
retarded.
$1,500?
No, $1,000. It's like $15,000 for a toilet, right? It comes with a remote control that's like this long. This thing, I got to tell you, at first I was like, Sal, you're nuts. I use this toilet bowl, bro. It is an actual religious experience.
So you pooped in there.
Yeah,
So you pooped.
it was like
Now
forget
it
it.
washes you, like so no toilet paper or
Hold on.
baby wipes needed.
Let me try. I'm going to try to explain to the viewership what it is like to do any kind of movement on a Toto. And you're not really going to understand, but I'm going to try. So when you walk in, the Toto knows that you're there. So it greets you. It greets you by flipping open and spray.
So it's a motion detector that
it opens up. Don't take this away from me, bro. You're like, it's a motion detector. No. It greets you, okay? You walk in and it greets you. And it flips open like,
hello.
come to me. I'm inviting, right? It pre-sprays inside the bowl for you, right? To lubricate so you don't get those scuff marks that
Got
just
it.
kind of like
Yep.
goes through smooth.
So poop chips like around.
Yeah, you don't get any of
Gets
that
it down.
stuff.
Yep, got it.
Now, upon doing that, it welcomes you. The seat is heated. So when
That's great touch.
when you sit down, it's like a hot massage on your ass, your cheeks. So now
Okay.
you're like, okay, good. Now you're doing your business. Let's say your business happens to be number 2. You do that number 2. Once you're done with number 2,
Because there's some people who sit down for number 1.
yes,
Yeah.
not me and my Jewish brethren, right? Now, once you do number 2, there is a whole host of sprays that will clean you like a bidet. But not just like you sit on a bidet, it's like that weird toilet thing and the water shoots up and
Yes.
you miss and you get it up your back.
Uh-huh.
No, this is different. There's like different types of, you have the remote.
Okay. So you
So-
get to choose these. It's
Yes.
not like it knows and it
Different
like,
streams.
Okay. Understood.
Different streams, different temperatures.
Wow.
Does all kinds of stuff to you back there. Then it blow dries your ass. It blow dries it for you.
So there's no wiping needed.
No wiping
It's
needed.
very eco-friendly
It's like a car wash, a heated car wash for your ass.
for you tush.
It's amazing.
$15,000.
Worth every goddamn dollar. They have ones that are budget that are like 4Gs. I don't know what the difference is. It has a smaller remote.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. I don't think you need the remote this big,
It's a big remote.
but it's amazing. I highly recommend it.
I would love to try that. They should have places where you can just go try them out.
I'm sure there are
And you
actually.
could give it a little test drive and check it out. And
I'm sure there are, but it was amazing. So if I ever buy a house for myself to live in,
Mhm.
that's a big if, I will be getting a Toto toilet.
do you use toilet paper or baby wipes when you poop right now?
Baby wipes.
Baby me too.
Yes.
I've been using them for a while. I had to take some little time off because I got a little raw under there.
From the
Good.
baby
Went
wipes?
Yeah, I have bad skin, and like
No.
by using it a lot.
Baby
I went to
wipes
my-
don't give you raw skin.
Yeah, if you continue to do that because you're wetting it.
How many
and
shits
then,
do you take in a day?
1 to 2 times a day.
Really?
I went
That's
to my
regular.
dermatologist, and I had to give me some cream to do it. I was using
Really?
actually, yeah, you know Balinol? It's like the vagina cream. Like all the girls would know it. And I used to take Charmin Ultra Soft, which is the softest TP in the market, which is what I use. And I'd put a little Balinol on the toilet paper and help clean the butt. And that would kind of act as the moisture for the baby wipes. And I did that for a little bit. Now I'm back to baby wipes. I'm okay. I haven't had too much of a dry because it gets dry and itchy up there.
Well, can't you just get the ones with the aloe in there? I
I have done the aloe, yes, but I have bad skin. I have like eczema. It's
Oh, yeah?
not great.
I can't look. I don't see it.
Down over here.
Really? You're definitely Italian. You're super Italian. I like.
Very oily.
I relate to you.
Uh-huh.
I feel like we're brothers, like we're cousins. Like it makes sense. I understand
so.
everything that goes on in your life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Try the sitting down thing.
I will.
Later on today, sit down. Just give it a minute and say, you know what? In a world filled with chaos, why do I need to stand there and try to control the stream of this monster? Let me just let it
Go
sit
from there.
and just
I'll give it a whirl.
take a minute to collect my thoughts.
I will.
Go on TikTok, learn something new in 60 seconds.
Well, that's when if I'm taking a number 2, that's when I take the time. I'm in there for 5 to 7 minutes, doing a little
Okay.
emails, online, Instagram, this and that.
All right.
But
Let's talk.
the peeing one is
So let's get to what Greg really wants to hear, which is let's get to the movie.
the movie.
So you're a writer.
So before we get into this movie, did you watch the movie that I told you to watch?
Fuck.
We had a conversation during Wintervention, and I told you this is my favorite movie. This was the inspiration to what I wrote.
Fuck me.
And you said you would watch it.
I'm gonna
You
say
didn't watch it. You didn't even know the name of the movie.
no. I'm gonna say no because I think the last movie I actually saw. No, I saw one on the last movie I saw was on the plane to Jamaica. Within like the last 2 movies I've seen in the last year. One, Magic Mike's Last Dance.
Oh God. You need that.
What? Bro,
Let me hear number 2.
I used to work in the male strip club. It was like kind of like me celebrating with my freaking brethren. And before that was the second Top Gun.
Which is great.
Which
I saw that
was
in theaters.
Better than the
Tom
first
Cruise
Top
is a
Gun,
rock
bro.
star.
Better than the
Tom
first
Cruise.
one.
I made out.
You
The
said-
first girl I ever made out with was to the first Top Gun. 7th
Really?
grade.
First girl I ever made out with was in cafeteria. You made out in first grade?
7th grade.
Oh, 7th grade.
7th grade.
Me too. 7th
Really?
grade, cafeteria, Wontoa Middle School.
Wow.
Yeah.
7th grade. This was her parents were away. I had my mom drop me off at her house. I wore my swishiest, best sweatpants that I had. And it was Jackie.
What, for easy access?
No, just like looking cool.
Okay.
So
all
like
right.
swishy Fleeta, like sweatpants,
Okay.
a nice little t-shirt. We watched Top Gun in the bedroom. I don't know why. I got nervous halfway through. I asked for something to eat. She brought back a granola bar, which wasn't good because I was already nervous. My mouth was dry. And drank a little bit of water after that. We wound up making out for about 90 seconds. It was great.
Really?
And still remember it to this day.
Where is she today?
I tried looking her up on Facebook. I don't think she's up there. I haven't talked to her in probably about 15, 20 years. Yeah. She's out there. I don't want to say her name.
All right. So talk to me about this movie. I want to
Yes.
dig in. I want to dig into it.
So it's called Statistical Probabilities.
Okay.
Which, as we talked about before, which is my viewpoint on love.
Stop there for a second.
Okay.
Now, and you don't have to go into this if you don't want to, but this is what I think when you tell me something like this.
Mhm.
I think things like this there's inspiration usually from some type of like a tragic event or something. Was there a tragic love event that led to the inspiration of this or the thought process behind
Yes.
this?
So I wrote this last year. I was dating my ex at the time.
Mm.
I was with for probably about 15 months. Loved her. Thought I was going to marry her. And we
Thought she was your soulmate.
Thought she. I don't believe in soulmates. I told you that.
Did you not at
She
the
was
time?
she was one of the potential girls. There's
So you've never believed in soulmates?
No.
Okay. All right. Got it. Keep going.
So I thought she was the one, and we kind of, again, my unrealistic expectation of love, we kind of broke it off a couple times. So during one of the breakups, I wrote about probably a quarter of it beforehand, and then during that breakup, finished the entire script, and that was, I actually dedicated the movie to her at the end of it. Yeah, I am. Look, she helped me.
Wow.
Right?
Does she
was the inspiration about it.
Does she know?
I think she knows. We broke up after. She doesn't. Well, I think she knows that I filmed it and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because she probably follows
Yeah,
you.
well, she knows I was getting everything going on while we were still together, and then we broke up. So
She follows you under Instagram.
No, not anymore.
Under
She
no
follows
Finsta, fake Instagram. She watches.
Oh.
She knows everything you do. Trust me. Wow.
yeah, so she was the inspiration from writing it, and it came from. There's a lot of similarities. It's very real estate related. So Handsome allowed me to use his listing 23 Oak Tree out in Leviton. Did it close, by the way, yet or no?
No, I think it's closing like next week.
Got it, for the movie poster. So I shot him a message, and we shot the movie poster with the 2 leads, Luca and Natalie. That's they're the names in the movie. And
So
we shot the poster. So thank you for that.
my pleasure. So let's talk about, because Greg has worked on a number of movie sets himself,
Have you?
right?
In what capacity?
Key grits, a bunch of like low budget features.
Nice. Did you go to film school or?
Yeah.
You did. Where?
Emerson,
Emerson. Where's that?
Boston.
Boston. Very cool.
Fucking A.
So I minored in film, but it was not in the production capacity on the crew side. It was more just literally I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do, and I love movies, and that was really it.
So let's talk about everything that goes into a movie, because that has got to be A, expensive,
Yes.
B, chaotic. I mean, I can't even imagine. So obviously you're the writer. Do you direct?
No. So I hired a director,
So-
gentleman named Ryan O'Leary.
You wrote it, but hired a director.
Correct, yes.
All right. So you wrote the script. Did you know you were going to turn it into a movie, or you were just in so much kind of emotional pain from the turmoil of the on again, off again breakup,
Yes.
on again, off again, now off again? Yeah, women are the only things that can truly fuck up a man. Nothing else. We're impervious to everything else. But women, you can fucking ruin a weekend
ourselves.
fast.
And ourselves. Yeah.
Fast.
It's true. Yes, I wrote it. I had the intention of writing a script. I've always wanted to do that.
Okay.
It's a short film. It's not a feature or anything. It's going to be about 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
So wrote it. My uncle is actually out in Colorado. And so he's got about 25, 30 years of experience. He started off as a stuntman. He has acted, he has directed, he has written, he has
Wow.
produced. So he's got a boatload of experience. So I basically went to him. I said, Unc, I wrote this. Uncle Eddie, I don't know what to do. Help me out. So we kind of started off with a whole bunch of Zoom calls. We needed to find a director first. So my buddy, John Ballantyne from Levittown, one of the Levittown connections, his cousin, Ryan O'Leary, was a filmmaker. He went to film school. He's written a couple features, written a couple shorts. His last short won about 15 awards, nominated in a whole bunch of film festivals throughout America and abroad as well. So I watched one of his last ones, The Lost Weekend. You go check it out. It's an incredible short, and it had so many similarities to my script. Reached out to him, sent him over to him, said he loved it. He wanted to be on board, hired him. Then we just started the whole process of just putting the whole cast together, putting the whole crew together. We went on backstage.com, which is this website, not backpage.com, backstage.
I don't even know what Backpage is. Last night, you're like, not Backpage.
You know-
I'm like, what is Backpage?
So backstage.com.
Greg, you know what
basically
Backpage is?
You've heard of that, yeah.
Okay, got
A
it.
little bit.
So Backstage is where you explain for the people at home.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
you'll-
basically you say that I'm putting together this movie, we're shooting in Long Island, these dates. So we listed all the cast that we needed, the main roles, the day players. We put how much we're paying them when we're shooting, and we actually hired all our talent from there, all legitimate actors and actresses from the city who came in.
Wow.
We got some good names attached to it. Who've done some serious work in the past, some features. We have this one comedian, Nicky Smeriglio. He's on TikTok. He's got hundreds of thousands of followers. He does these incredible impersonations. He does stand-up all throughout the U.S. He's playing one of the roles of Tommy. And,
Yeah.
And, so we're super excited. We put all that together.
Wow.
We had to get background, extras, makeup. There was... obviously, the director is going to be editing it right now. I brought my cousin Dominic in from Philly. He did the whole sound for everything. We had key grips who were lighting it. I have such a newfound respect for everybody in film.
It's a freaking
because I don't
production,
realize
right?
How much has to go right for a film to be actually made? So I really just didn't too much. I just wrote it, and I just hired a whole bunch of people who just are a lot smarter than me in their field. And
Well, you also
together.
had to fund the thing. So like, how do these things get funded? Is it like passion project money out of pocket? You raise money from investors? Like, how does it work?
So there's no money in short film. So like, we're going to make this thing, and unless it's really more for exposure, and then eventually maybe if this can turn into a feature length one day, if like I write a feature, it's more for just getting out there, submitting to as many film festivals as possible. So I put together an Indiegogo, made a couple $1,000s, and the rest of it came out of my pocket. It was a pretty substantial budget for this altogether.
Wow.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to put on something like this, what is like the range of what it costs to make a short film?
I went into it thinking it was gonna cost about like 15, 20 grand. Overall, it's about like probably 30 to 33. It cost me. Yeah.
Wow.
I raised a couple of dollars. Like friends and family chipped in, but a lot of it came out of my own pocket. And again, there's like no money to be made in this, so it's not like I'm expecting some sort of return. But I loved it. It was such an incredible experience. I hope to hopefully dive into more of this as I'm making. I mean, what's the point of making money unless we're doing things we love? So.
No, that's true. Listen, one of the goals is to become financially independent so that you can pursue your passions, right? If your passion is real estate, that's great. But if your passion isn't, it's cool that real estate is the vehicle to pursue your passions.
Yes.
So is that the goal? Is that the dream? Is the dream is real estate, and obviously you're top 20 under 40, so you're doing well.
Thank you.
Right? So is real estate really kind of like the vehicle to help you pursue your passions?
Yeah. I mean, I love real estate, but if I do not want to be working open houses when I'm 40 or working clients. It's a tremendous opportunity. It's changed the trajectory of my life right now to get to the point where I am today, and it will continue to do so. But that's not the end goal. And I don't even know what the end goal is. I have a lot of aspirations in life of what I want to do. I love real estate. I love the investing side of things. So I definitely want to continue on that side. But it's just going to hopefully get me to a place where I am financially free, and in terms I can do what I want, when I want, with whomever I want.
So, but do you want to have a career in film?
I don't know if I have a career, but I would like to, yes, make feature length movies. I would like to get involved in that standpoint of things, and continue this route and see kind of where that goes.
Wow.
And that's hopefully, as I continue making money in real estate, I can funnel that into some more passion projects in that standpoint. I mean, the goal is to hopefully write something, a feature where I can pitch it to a studio and get funding and have a proper budget and do it the right way, as opposed to, bootstrapping it myself.
Wow. You always knew you wanted to do this?
I minored in film in college. I went to SUNY Albany. I have a history degree.
The post bogies. Did they have that back in the day? Did they have that when you were there?
Bogies. I think they closed down right before I went in there.
Quail
Chubby's was the big bar. It was
Quail Street Market.
Quail Street. Yes. Wow. Wait, did you go up there?
I used to visit. So I had friends that were there, so I used to go visit all the time.
Okay.
Bro, it was cold as a motherfucker up there,
It's
bro.
freezing up there. Yeah.
Freezing.
I did. I went to NASA for a year. I had to get my grades up, and then I did 3 years up in Albany. And Chubby's was our spot. It was $2 pitchers on Tuesday nights. $2 pitchers of nasty green Keystone Light. It was gross. They never cleaned their lines. They probably didn't clean it since the 80s.
Don't you miss those days though?
It was just, you can go out with literally $9 on a Tuesday night with the best of buds and have the time of your life, and
I know.
waking up early next night for class if you want.
College was a much simpler time.
It was.
It was. I miss it. And I remember being in college and all my friends are being like, when you guys were in college with your friends, like, oh, can't wait to get jobs, start making money. And I'm like, why the hell would you ever want to leave this place? We have Fridays off. We have noon classes. Why the hell would you want real responsibility? I work in the mall, for the love of God. What the hell would I be doing? Why would I want to leave college?
I think I had the most friends I have ever had in my life in college, because you had, friends if you wanted to go out boozing with, play video games with, play sports with, and just, you wanted to go study, you do whatever you want. You want to go to the park. You just knew so many people in college where if you wanted to do something, there was always somebody you can reach out to and be like, hey,
yeah,
missed it.
I know.
But I went to school I was going to be a teacher. I come from a whole family of educators. So I majored in history and I minored in film. And so I've always loved movies.
And you became a real estate agent.
And I was in sales since I graduated college. So I was always in, my first job was with WB Mason, the office supply company.
Yeah.
I was going door to door, knocking, selling ink and paper. And
holy
toner.
shit,
Yeah,
dude.
That
is a freaking tough ass job.
Yeah. About a year and a half I was doing that. Then I got into pharma for a brief stint. And then was in the elevator industry for the last 7 years before I got into real estate. So I was doing new construction sales.
Okay.
So basically I worked with a whole bunch of general contractors, architects, where they're putting up a 7-story building in Brooklyn. They'd send plans over. I'd read plans and specs. I'd bid our elevator. And just basically look to pick up business from there. And I did that for about 7 years until my buddy Josh Handler brought me into this wonderful industry and changed my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you love about real estate?
Just the autonomy to be able to run your day however you'd like, and I was never good with authority. So I had a lot of spats back and forth with previous bosses, and just the fact that I could wake up, do what I want, when I want. I can work 90 hours a week. I can work 20 hours a week if I want. And just to have that freedom, I think is the best part of it.
What do you?
It's just talking to people. You just talk to people every single day, which is, I love humans.
What do you hate about real estate?
It's definitely stressful. There's more stress than I think coming from a corporate job. I mean, corporate job is very safe. That's why everybody takes that route, because a W-2 job is very safe, whereas going more of the entrepreneurial route is a lot more risk. So a little more agita in your life, I would say.
All right. Well, we've been going on for an hour, and Greg's got to go home because it's 5 o'clock. But, bro, congratulations. I appreciate you. Love doing business with you. Love working with you guys.
When Harry Met Sally. You got to watch the movie.
I'm going to watch When Harry Met Sally.
Greatest rom-com of all time.
I'm going to do
I'm
it.
telling you.
More importantly, I want to see yours. Statistical Probability. It's actually, that's the name, right? I didn't butcher that?
Statistical Probabilities, yep. I'm going to do a premiere, hopefully, probably October. So.
Not for nothing, it sounds pretty dope.
I'm
Like,
excited for it.
the name is dope. The concept makes sense. And you just feel like, all right, this could be good. Like, I would fuck with that. If I was on a plane going to Jamaica and I had 2.5 hours and I had to watch one
movie. It's
movie.
only 20 minutes, so you can watch it 10 times if you want.
All right. Well, let's say it was a feature film. I would click on it. Statistical Probability.
Good. I
So,
think you like it.
best of luck with that.
Awesome.
Listen, if anyone's looking to buy or sell, how do they get a hold of you? Where do they get in touch with you?
Instagram, Zap Realty. Shoot me a message on there. That's the best way to get in touch. And my phone number's on there too. Check it out.
Handsome home buyer, you know why I'm here. Any property, any condition, any kind, you know I want to buy it. 516-777. Sold. Don't forget our guy Sal Rizzolo. He's the best.
Sally, love you, pal.
That's a wrap.